What's up, guys? In this video, it's a live consulting call with one of my clients. They are starting a tech startup. So in this video, we're breaking down go-to-market strategies, marketing, value propositions, everything. Live consulting call. Let's go.
The go to launch steps, right? So obviously all this game planning is important and we need to kind of like just get everything on paper. But the first thing we need obviously is you have the brand, you have the name, you have who we're going to target, you have what value we're going to give them, what we're going to deliver for them. Now, how many pages, like what is your work look like on your end in terms of deliverables, building blocks,
Yeah,
pages? Do you have an idea?
I think it definitely needs to be some minimum number of. First off, it gotta be groups of stuff. Uh, so I don't know if I started writing down. I did start writing down a little bit, but no, not really. Um, no, I think I need to break down an app and see what components there are in an app and kind of do a minimum amount of numbers, like five or 10 different styled things in every group. Because there needs to be enough, and this is to start with, to kind of launch with, right? It needs to be enough variation for people to see, like, okay, I want this here, right?
How many groups are you thinking?
Um,
Is groups what you need as templates or that sign up pages or
no,
landing pages?
yeah, a group is more. So let me see here, for example. Group is more like inputs would be one group, buttons would be another group, drop downs would be one group, or filtering drop downs maybe, or and then navigation, table. Yeah, what else do you need to build an app? Um, Graphs, um, groups within group, but a container maybe. Um, yeah, things like that. So those smaller building pieces, right? For templates, I think it honestly is fine with it depends a little bit on how you want to sell it, I think. Like, should templates be included in a monthly price, which I don't think really is valuable because you get it, right? I think that's more like a one buy thing. Uh, but there's just a section on the website with templates. And then I think it's honestly fine with like start with one. So like you have one template there now, but you're adding more as it goes.
Are you going to, so the first thing that comes to mind, and I would jot this down as far as your part of your homework, is look at the app and have a clear number of groups that you want to fulfill.
Yeah, yeah.
Clear number of groups. Because we pretty much know, but we just need to know.
Yeah, I need to look on like exactly what needs to be. It needs to be like enough to. I think there's a third one here actually of like the overview when I'm looking at like some design that I've done, and that's we kind of said the word, but pages. I don't think templates and pages is the same thing. I think a template is the entire picture, and then you have the building blocks, which is the small things that's in a template.
Yeah.
But then you also have pages, which is one part of the template. For example, a settings page or a dashboard page or a login page, things like that.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, I feel like that is kind of one, yeah. Because I wouldn't sell a settings page as a template, but I might still would want another dog might yell because my mom is going home. Um, I would probably still want to be able to sell a settings page, but I wouldn't want to sell it as a template because it feels too small. If that makes sense.
And and remember too, just with our demographic, right? The simpler the better. Like however we can condense this simple language and just really convey value is going to sell.
Yeah,
So if
but
that's
I
three
feel like
pieces, that's cool.
yeah, because I feel like it's either simple for them or it's simple for me, and it's always gonna be simple for them, right? So
If it's
like,
simple for you, it's gonna be really simple for them.
yeah, but I mean like to setting things up and putting things in there and stuff like that. Like if I could split it up and have like you can take one of these things, just put it in your app,
Yes.
but it takes longer for me to do. That's going to be more valuable for them if it's
Yes.
simple to get stuff in your app, because that's the main goal. They just want to save the time. As we said, I can't read what you said, but yeah.
We're all the same. We're all the fucking same.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 pieces, pages, templates, building blocks.
Yeah, I think that's, and then I need to decide. So I think it kind of goes like a step, like almost like you wrote there now, with the amount that needs to be there. The building blocks needs to be the most, pages needs to be the second most, and then templates can be the least.
Great.
To launch it. And then exact numbers, I will get that.
Yep, that's gonna be part of your homework. We need to understand how many pieces, how many groups in each component, and how many pieces in each group of each component.
Yeah, sorry,
Makes
just closing the
sense?
door. Yeah.
So we're gonna go building blocks. Fantastic. Building blocks. How many groups in building blocks? And then we'll go down to pieces in the group.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
each piece of this is going to have the top, the group, the pieces.
Yeah.
To execute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
If you want to take it a little step further, you can find out and kind of think about, once you have this all laid out, it's gonna be a lot easier, right? Once you have this all laid out.
Yeah.
But you'll see all of it laid out and be like, oh, awesome. I can do 70% of this for client work, right? Boom. Now we're really condensing time. And then, okay, maybe 30% or 20%. I don't really do that often. So this is going to be work I need to do outside of client work.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how we're going to delegate that. Now, any questions on this as I'm writing? I'm recording all this, by the way. So you can look back.
No, I don't think so. For now. It's obviously makes sense. And kind of, I feel like I never write things down. I kind of just look on my screen, and then all of these falls in the head, and then you never actually get anywhere. So this is good.
This is how you make progress.
Yeah.
You write everything down. This is how I like to get a lot of clarity and make a lot of progress. I write everything fucking down. I write down the start, and I write down the end goal.
Yeah.
And then I just fill it in.
Yeah, exactly.
For the end goal, actually, I'm curious of this. What would be a monthly dollar amount that you'd love to make from templates?
$1 million. No, I'm just kidding. Like, so it depends on.
Let's say within the first 6 months of launching.
6 months
of launching. Yeah.
If I can get 100 people on it, paying 150 paying.
Okay.
$2,850 a month. I would calculate it on $19 a month now.
Is that, you think that's going to be your average monthly spend per consumer?
Yeah, probably that was probably what I would sell it for. I've been looking a little bit on what people sell the component libraries for, and it's kind of like 19 to, or like 15 to 25, somewhere around there.
We can start with 20, but we'll talk about price too, but let's just say 20. What is that amount?
3,000.
30,000.
3,000 a month.
Only 3,000?
Yeah.
Okay. 3K.
Wow. Well, let's double that then. Say 6K.
Yeah. And this is a thought too. Do 300 users.
Yeah, I feel like that's 3. I'm just thinking about the traction I had on Visual Interact. 2 tweets pretty much, 100 and 6 people, I think, on the email list. I think I got 35 signups or something on it. I haven't done any marketing at all, but that's free. So I feel like I have traction and stuff as well if I start posting around it. So I feel like that's not definitely not impossible at all.
No, in 6 months. Come on. No,
Yeah, but I got very easy to.
doable. It's very doable. And plus, like once this and your core start to go up, you're going to get so much time back. I'm assuming you're going to leave some clients at that point, right? Like probably. Yeah. So you're going to get like hours back in your day to reallocate. So it's all going to go up. I had the idea too when we were talking about pricing, because you're in the space as one of the top people, right? Like this is your skill set. You do this very well.
Yeah.
I would encourage you to be on the higher end of pricing.
I don't know with those, like for a course, I think that's something. But for templates, that feels, I don't know, I don't think people would pay too much for it, however it looks.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's not the value of me that they're buying there, really.
But they're buying the value of your creation.
Yeah, if they know who I am. But if I just market it and it's not me, and I run marketing for it or something like that, and they come to the page and then it's like 60, 70 bucks a month for it. Well, yeah, I wouldn't pay it.
Here's what we can do, and this is going to be down the line, but when it comes to branding and marketing, if they go to a landing page that you create to convert people, right, to the template, part of the landing page can be a blurb about the founder of the agency, and it's you, and you talk about all the work you've done. That could be a small blurb of copy to help persuade people.
Yeah.
So keep it in the back of your mind. If anything, let's be on the higher end of the average, right? Like if the average is $20, why don't we be like 26 or some shit, right? Like at least be on the higher end of the average.
Yeah, I could probably do 25 at least. I think people will pay 25 for it.
Yeah, we'll talk about pricing
on
the road. Now, in terms of, and this is all big picture, right? I'm planning everything out. The only thing moving forward until next week is the formation, right? That's the only thing you have to worry about. But in terms of client acquisition, what are you thinking in terms of getting users on, and what do you think about how you would market this?
And
if you don't know, it's okay.
Yeah, I have no idea, but my own Twitter. Posting about it on Twitter. Keep posting about it when I do the fancy stuff as well, and like just tagging. There's a guy who made it really, really well with another library, which is nothing to do with Bubble. It's just Figma, which is the signing platform. And he built that for a long time. Aligned UI, I think it's called. But he has posted. Let me see if I can share my screen quickly, so you understand what I'm talking about. Do you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
He has posted tweets like this, pretty much. So he created, this is a component or a card or something that would be in the platform, and he just posted it and tagged his platform with it. And then he's just retweeting it on his his Twitter, the other Twitter. And this got a lot of traction. He also is like not insanely big. He's probably grown a lot by doing this as well, because he's keep posting all this stuff and he's tagging, and people like it. And then he's getting like 300 likes on every post that he's doing with this. So I think this definitely is like just with aligned UI. That's the only thing he does. 5 days. And now he launched 5 days ago, and I've been seeing this for probably the past year at least. And he just launched. So it took him a year to build this. But I think he did a lot of. It's very big, I think. Like he has a lot of things. But this is the only tactic I have for now.
Okay. So for now, it's going to be content. You have a newsletter. And we can table that. Obviously, there's a lot of ways to drive acquisition. We can work. We can partnerships. We can do other content. There's a lot of different ways. We can partner with other newsletters and communities and whatever. This is more just to like get the ideas out and written. This is for if you want to take a screenshot at the very end of this recording. There you go. Because I'm gonna erase that pretty soon. But going into next week, there's a couple of things to work on and execute. I'm gonna send you, and this is more like personal development stuff. I'm gonna send you what's called a personal identity audit. Okay. This is going to ask you questions about yourself that are going to help you reveal things to make you more aware. You know how you developed awareness already about shit when I don't do client work, my mind just kind of runs. And this is going to help you develop more awareness. And the more awareness we have, the more we can solve for problems that we innately have. Like we all have things that are blocking us from our highest efficiency, productivity, etc. Right?
Yep.
Once we develop awareness, we can say, okay, perfect. Here's a solution to that so I can get better. That's the whole point.
Yep.
So I'm going to send you that. Fill that out. Take your time. Just 25 questions. Just type it out, whatever. Don't need to send it to me. Just like, this is a self-reflection process.
Yep.
Okay. Do this in your deep work. Okay.
Yep.
The next thing is, like we talked about, organizing the structure, the deliverables, right?
Yeah.
You have your 3 pieces. How many groups in each piece, and how many? That's a lot of pieces. We have 3 components. Okay, we'll call them components. Pages, templates, building blocks. How many groups in each, and how many pieces in each group?
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be 100% accurate, but have something organized and laid out. What do you normally use in terms of software for that, like Miro or
Figma, the design platform I'm using? Yeah, I'm running it.
Perfect. So you can have something similar to a whiteboard where we can like lay things out and zoom in and zoom out type of thing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
This is an open board thing.
Perfect. That's what we need to work on next week until I see you again. So I don't think it's a ton of homework, but it's going to make us good progress. And again, I don't want to overwhelm you. Like obviously there's a lot to do with this, but let's start small. Let's start with baby steps. Organize and execute. You still have other things to do in client work, so I want to make this digestible for you.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
I'm also going to send you the vitamins that I take, so that can help your afternoon lull.
For sure.
What other questions do we have? Anything else could help with any of this, or anything moving into next week?
I don't think so. We kind of dropped the course for now. Then I guess.
I think we should pick one at a time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, because
the only thing I feel with the course is that I already launched it pretty much, and I'm not feeding the people anything. I'm just kind of like, you got this. I told you I'm gonna do more, but for now you just have this. I mean, that's fine. I don't know.
What I like about what we talked about is that a lot of the deliverable in terms of getting the product up and running is going to be already part of your daily work with your clients.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. Whereas the course, there's more to iron out. We can go to market quicker, is my point.
Yeah.
And to be honest, just naturally, right? Because your deliverables quicker. And honestly, dude, like you said, you're going to launch a course. Like you can just say you tabled it and you have these amazing templates out now. Like no one's going to give a shit. Like no one's going to care.
Yeah.
Like we always remember things a lot more than our audience. We're always in our head. We always think people care more than they do. They don't. They probably like when you launch this, you're like, oh sick. Like they're not going to be concerned about it. And then you can be like course coming after. That's no, I don't think.
Yeah.
But I think juggling and getting both started at the same time is just going to be inefficient. Let's just one at a time, in my opinion, and then we can upsell.
Yeah. And that excites me more than the course. The course was kind of, I decided overnight that I'm like, I'm gonna do this shit now because I need to do something. But this excites me a lot more because it's more in my realm too with design and stuff.
Great. And this is what happens when you actually take time for yourself outside of client work, and you actually can free your mind of thoughts and be like, wait, I don't want to fucking do that. I want to do this. Exactly. That's when you have those breakthroughs. And you're probably going to have more with this identity audit questionnaire. Just yourself, phone on do not disturb, and just be in your mind. That's it.
Yep.
All right, man. Anything
Perfect.
else?
No, I don't think so. Um, yeah, if you, I don't know if you're checking that the fitness app thing. Um,
I
but
have,
if
dude.
you
I
do,
get emails. Have you been
yeah,
working?
if you do, I have a training split that my friend who's a coach has been doing for me as well.
Awesome.
So I'm not doing exactly all the things that's here, just so you know. I'm not.
That's okay.
Yeah, you can see that I'm going to the gym, but if I'm not filling in something else, yeah, I have a training split that I really like, and that works with my torn ACL as well. I don't know if you saw that. I wrote that in there too.
Oh
My
shit.
left knee, my left knee is yeah. I have no back ACL in my left knee, so it's very hard for me to do bends and stuff.
Got it.
Um,
Yeah, do what works.
yeah,
I know you're putting in the work, and if you're not putting in the work, you're gonna let me know. I'm gonna get on you. But I know you're putting in the
yeah, for
work.
sure. Yeah, I did.
Um,
It's fucking late today, so I won't be able to walk tomorrow. It's gonna be tough.
did you have you been meditating too as part of your routine?
No, actually, yeah, that was good you said that. I forgot to be accountable for that. That's one thing that I did not get into my routine this week.
Okay, great, non-negotiable.
Yeah, yeah. So
Everyone has 10 minutes.
that would work. Yeah, that would work.
Everyone has 10 minutes of their time.
Yeah,
Perfect. Perfect.
I'll
So
let you know.
meditation, the framework, and the sheet I'm going to send you. That's it.